A man accused of smuggling migrants into Tampa over the summer is underway. And since then, the governor signing new bills that he says are aimed at cracking down on illegal immigration. This is 10 Tampa Bay at 5:30. I'm Frank Wiley.
And I'm Courtney Robinson. Our Miguel Octavio has tonight's Deeper Dive.
Hey there, Patriots. This is True Outlaw Patriot coming at you with another one. I just cut the clip just now because there's only about a 2-minute clip, but we're going to get into this because there's a lot to dissect in this news clip that came out of Tampa, Florida 6 days ago that a lot of people are not talking about, and of course they're not, even though now CNN is like jumping on the bandwagon, say that they're sending drones and taking drone footage over the border, making it seem as if now they care. So this was something that I just came across, and it really pulled at a string that it's actually, in my eyes, it seems that not only has Mexico let a lot of this, what's happening at the border, happen. I feel that people need to look at this news clipping because I feel that Mexican officials are infiltrating the country, and especially in Florida, and you'll see what I'm talking about. Okay, but before I continue, I just want to say thank you so much to everybody, to all my new subscribers and all my subscribers. I've reached over 600. That's great. I want to welcome all the new subscribers aboard, both here on YouTube and on Rumble. So don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, everyone. Keep the channel going, keep the algorithm going. Also, since I haven't been on because of what happened with me getting hacked, and also work has really been dragging me. I mean, day after day, it's been hectic. Also having problems with the truck. That's another thing that's setting me back. So it's just been really hectic. But with that being said, I just want to thank everybody, all my patriotic brothers and sisters out there. Thank you for joining the movement. Let's keep it going. Also, if you want to pass the channel to the younger people, so they they understand what's going on, because I think it's very important that a lot of young people start getting engaged. And I've been hearing a lot. There actually are a lot of young people, but I believe there should be a lot more. Okay, but it's a learning process for these kids to start understanding, and young people to start understanding what's really going on. There's no secret that they're starting to see a lot of the chaos, but I believe that a lot of them are not speaking out because they're afraid. Okay, which is understandable because they're being vilified, left, right, front, center, whichever way you want to look at it. If not in school, in the neighborhoods, or friends, or communities, or whatever the case is. The Democrats think that just because you're young that you have to be a Democrat. Well, I mean, there's a lot of old sayings about that, but I'll digress. Also, if you want to help support the channel, I'll leave a link in my description to my Cash App and PayPal and my merch store, TrueOutlawPatriot.com. So what we have here on this video clip is this guy right here was busted, okay, smuggling in more illegals into the country, okay. I believe he was taking them through Florida, which there is a big problem in Florida, even though Ron DeSantis is trying to clean it up and trying to round up as many of the illegal immigrants that are coming in and trying to send them back. There are people infiltrating what's going on in Florida, and it has to deal with Mexican officials. Okay, and there's something in this video that I want everybody to pay close attention to. So without further ado, like I said, it's only a 2-minute clip, but there's a lot to dissect from this, so here we go.
Lopez Aguilar, a father from Mexico, faces several felony charges under Florida's new law. State troopers arrested him in Hernando County this past August for allegedly bringing 6 other passengers in the country illegally.
We made that promise. We said that we were going to go big.
The governor called it the strongest anti-illegal immigration legislation in the country when he signed it last year. Representatives of Aguilar, including the Mexican consulate in Orlando, declared him innocent.
For me, nobody's illegal in this world.
Since then,
Okay, now I'm gonna let it play, but that right there is exactly what I'm talking about America and Florida being infiltrated. Listen to what, it's one thing for a lawyer to look after their client and of course come out and say, you know what, my client's innocent. We all know this. That's the way the system goes. But to hear this Mexican official at the Mexican consulate in Miami come out and use that term, and that's a term that a lot of people on the left keep using. Nobody's illegal. No human beings are illegal. Where's the humanity in letting people in? And we got to take care of everybody around the world, and don't worry about who gets raped or murdered or killed or whatever the case is. They're not illegal. But here's the thing. This man has come to this country and is helping to smuggle more people into the country illegally. Plain and simple, that's what it is. Okay, and now you have a Mexican official, like I said, in Miami running the Mexican consulate and making these statements saying that in my eyes nobody's illegal. That is the problem when you have leftists running this whole show. Because if it's not in Miami, it's in New York. If it's not in New York, it's in Chicago or California or Oregon or Pennsylvania or Colorado. You have, especially in Congress, and Capitol Hill, you have these people that make it seem as if, you know what, we need to let everybody in, and we're gonna let everybody in. We're gonna break the law. Okay, and that right there is a problem in this country, and this is why so many innocent people keep getting hurt and or killed. Okay, because you have officials like that. This man, I'm gonna play it again, making statements like this, and it only shows that, you know what, they don't care about the American justice system. They don't care about the Constitution. They don't care about American law. Okay, he's going to embed himself in Florida, knowing that it's a deep red state, and still try to break the law and try to bring in illegals and make it seem as if, you know what, he broke the law, but I don't see him as an illegal person. Nobody on the planet's illegal. Then why does every country have a border? Why? Why does every country make you show paperwork when you're going to travel? Why does every country, well, I shouldn't say every country now, because there's a lot of countries in Europe that are falling apart because of this, this kind of thinking, especially in the UK, especially in England. Look what's going on out there. But when you have people like this making it seem as if, you know what, I don't care what the governor says, I don't care what anybody says, we're going to do it like this, and I'm going to back this man up for breaking the law. But let's continue.
Representatives of Aguilar, including the Mexican consulate in Orlando, declared him innocent.
For me, nobody's illegal in this world.
Since then, the governor signed new bills. They would increase penalties for immigrants re-entering the state after being deported or driving without a license. Florida law already bars them from getting one.
This is going to be a deterrent for illegal immigration into the state of Florida.
New legislation prompted some protests in the last year. Critics argue the laws have unintended consequences.
Posiblemente la deportación.
Rogelia Ronda, an undocumented worker who is in Crystal River, says the fear is causing a worker shortage. Nancy Palacios.
Okay, I'm gonna go into that. He says that the fears have unintended consequences, meaning that a lot of people are leaving the state of Florida. A lot of these illegal men that leaving because of work. But here's the thing, people. This is something. These are steps that need to be taken. Okay, because I, as a carpenter, okay. I do home renovations, home repairs, and stuff like that. And I'm not just speaking for myself. I'm speaking for a lot of people in my field that I know of that are having a very hard time keeping their businesses up because a lot of these bigger contractors, okay, are subcontracting a lot of the work to groups of illegal men. Okay, and is making it harder for us. So now, what this man is trying to say is that, with the laws that DeSantis is putting in place, they have unintended consequences. Well, first of all, you coming here illegally had its consequences. What did you think? You was just going to come in and just take over the trade field? And this is where a lot of people on the left don't understand it. When you have open borders and you let in hundreds of thousands, at this point millions of people into this country, yes, there are going to be consequences. One of them is going to be crime. The second one is going to be work. And what's going to happen is you're going to take work away from Americans, okay, and wind up giving it to the illegals that are coming here willing to do it for cheaper. But now they feel that just because laws are being passed, rightly so, that it's hurting their pocket. My answer to that is, how does that feel? How does that feel now? So I'm supposed to have sympathy because of that? No. You didn't care to come in here and scoop up all the work in droves, from landscaping to roofing to framing to handyman work to construction. I mean, there's a video that's surfacing now of the people that are coming in another part of California through their border, that a lot of these illegals that are coming over, they're all over DoorDash, okay, in California, making a ton of money. You know, what was supposed to be the side hustle for Americans to make money, now the illegals are doing it, so they just keep taking over more and more and more of the work sector. So I'm supposed to feel sorry? I'm supposed to be like, you know what, oh, I'm sorry about that, here's my job? No, that's not how it goes. And it shouldn't have to be accepted, because you know what, if the shoe was on the other foot, and it has been, where tons of people go to different countries and start taking work away, they feel the pain also. Okay, but then you have to listen to this woman, what she has to say, because it just seems like it doesn't compute in their head, and it kills me that they're in this country and they care more about their people, about the illegals coming in and having a better life, than the Americans that are here. But let's continue.
With faith in Florida.
People just want to be able to survive and be able to thrive and add to this great state of Florida. Exactly.
People want to be able to survive. That's how we feel. But you're worried about that. You're worried about people coming here from another country looking for work, looking to survive. You're worried about them. How do you think Americans feel? This is how we feel. And this is the problem, once again, people, when you have all these people on the left, when you have all these organizations that are bringing them in, that are giving them room and board, that are giving them shelters, that are giving them money, that are hiding them, that are transporting them across the country. And I'm talking about religious groups, I'm talking about government groups, contractors. You're not understanding what you're doing to the American person that has been trying, like me and everybody, and hundreds, millions of Americans in this country that have been trying for so long, trying to get ahead, trying to keep fulfilling our American dream, and you're taking it away. And now that illegals that are coming in can't get their American dream, you're upset. Okay? Well, had you done it in moderation, little by little, they could achieve that. But you decided to have all the border wide open, have all these people come in, and now it's putting a strain on all these states. And Florida is another one that's being hit. But now you have Ron DeSantis saying, you know what? No, this is what we're going to be doing. Okay? And I've traveled in different counties in Florida, and let me tell you something. This is not just me talking. There's a lot of people out there that are very upset that they can't find work. A lot of Americans are losing their businesses, especially in the trades. Okay? Once again, when it comes to landscaping, when it comes to construction, when it comes to framing, I mean, roofing, for all kinds of stuff, we're losing ground. And I will not feel sorry about speaking out against this and saying, you know what? You can just go back where you came from, because you know what? You're making it harder for me. And you're making it harder for millions of Americans out there. But let's continue.
She says she's seen a number of families leave the state and refuse medical treatment.
You'll hear that people have dreams and aspirations for their families just like you do. And that makes us no different. The only different thing is where we were born.
Some groups try to challenge.
No, and she's wrong there. Okay? What makes it the difference is that it's not being done in moderation, it's being done in mass, and it's hurting the American people. You're not going to push Americans to the side and say, well, you know what? They deserve the right to have to pursue the American dream too. But you can just step to the side and we'll take it, and then try to hide it and put lipstick on this pig and make it seem like, oh, where's the humanity? Why can't you help your fellow neighbor? Well, I'm trying to help my fellow neighbor, but my fellow neighbor is not in Mexico. My fellow neighbor is down the road from me, and we're both struggling. Okay? And you don't have that right to throw it in my face and start trying to preach scripture about what would Jesus do, what would God do. First of all, God does say for us to help each other out, yes, but where does it say for us to take and steal from someone else to give to another person and make one person suffer? That it right there is not godlike. And I get so sick and tired of people throwing stuff like that, especially these Democrats. They keep throwing biblical scripture and they keep trying to feed on everybody's guilt, okay, and sympathy, and make it seem that if you speak up, if you're struggling and you're losing work and and you're paying higher taxes, but we're helping people coming in that haven't put a dime into the system, then you're a racist, you're a xenophobe, you're this, you're that. No, I'm a human being that was born and raised in this country, that has been putting my all into trying to achieve my part of the American dream, my piece of the pie. And you want to come and let people in and give them my slice of the pie and leave me with the crumbs? That's not how it goes. I'm sorry, that's not how it goes. But let's continue.
In Florida law, recently a judge granted a group representing migrants flown to Martha's Vineyard by the
Let's go back just a tad.
groups tried to challenge Florida law.
Oh, sorry about that. Let's do it one more time.
Equal treatment.
You'll hear that people have dreams and aspirations for their families just like you do. And that makes us no different. The only different thing is where we were born.
Some groups tried to challenge Florida law. Recently, a judge granted a group representing migrants flown to Martha's Vineyard by the governor the ability to sue the charter flight company. Plaintiffs.
You see, I'm gonna stop right there. I'll play it in a second. And that's another thing. When you have crooked leftist judges that are taking the side of these organizations and stuff like that, it's like in my opinion, they need to be barred. They need to be just barred from being judges. And I say the same thing for lawyers. Anybody that goes against Americans, and especially when it comes to this immigration, situation that's going on, I truly think that these people need to be ousted from their positions, voted out. They need to be barred, because if you can't put America and American citizens first, you have no business representing anybody else from another country before Americans, in my opinion. Do you actually think judges and lawyers and political officials represent Americans in their country first? No, they don't. Okay? Most of the countries in the world, they can give a flying rat's ass about Americans. And that's just the truth. Okay? You break a law in a lot of these countries around the world, you're going straight to prison. You don't have activists out there, protesting for Americans when they're being arrested or tortured or whatever the hell the case is. No, they don't. They go straight to jail and they'll rot in a prison. And it doesn't matter where they're at. So why in America do we not we, because I'm not part of it, but why in America do these leftist Americans think that we have to cater to the ones breaking the law? But if you're an American and you break the law, you're going straight to jail. It just makes no damn sense. And to tell you the truth, it's not supposed to make sense, because they want the chaos. They want to destroy this country. But let's finish this off.
Call that a victory. Meanwhile, the governor's office says it looks forward to its next relocation flight. In studio, Miguel Octavio, 10.
Yeah, to the next relocation flight. This Biden administration, and it's been proven, they have been flying people in. They have been giving people money. I mean, look at the chaos that's going on with the illegals in Chicago. I mean, Chicago already said it. They are voting red. Chicago is done. Okay, there was a town hall meeting in Harlem where Eric Adams was there, and one of the residents, just lambasted Eric Adams. Told him straight out, we are going to vote you out. Eric Adams was just standing there like a dope, with a mopey look on his face. Why? Because it was coming from a black man that finally had enough and said, you know what? No, Harlem, we tried to rebuild Harlem, and now you're going to go give to somebody else after telling us that there's no money, but all of a sudden you find hundreds of millions or a billion here, a billion there to help out illegals, and you're not going to help rebuild Harlem or a lot of places in New York, and you actually think that you're going to get away with that after we voted you in, and the same guy told him, we voted you in, you're supposed to look out for us, not anybody else. And that's the problem. And let me tell you something, I hope and pray that Ron DeSantis sticks very, very hard, and I hope there's an investigation into that official in the Mexican consulate, because those are the infiltrators in this country that we don't need. Those are the ones we don't need, because those are the ones that will try to destroy this country from within. And they have been trying to flood Florida and try to flip it from deep red to blue. So if any of my subscribers out there are in Florida, you need to stand your ground and keep voting in every election and make sure that that does not happen, because you know what? If you leave it up to the leftists, they will turn every state in this country blue, and America will be no more. Plain and simple. But anyway, that's what I got for you. Don't forget to comment, like, share, subscribe, give the channel a thumbs up, pass it around. If you want to help support the channel, I'll leave a link in my description to my Cash App and PayPal, and my merch store, TrueOutlawPatriot.com. So remember, people, stay vigilant, keep praying for each other, and keep praying for this country. Peace.